Hi, we're back today in our How to Start series to talk about food trucks. More than 80% of American families eat at fast food restaurants at least once a week. That's one of the reasons why the food truck industry is booming like never before. Whether it's Korean tacos, lobster rolls, or plant-based burgers, modern entrepreneurs are bringing street foods and experimental cuisines from around the world to our doorsteps. That may very well sound like a great business idea, especially considering that 36.6% of American adults eat fast food every day, meaning the market is clearly there. And unlike brick and mortar restaurants that generally cost between $250,000 and upwards of $2 million to start, food truck startup costs are a more modest average of $125,000, but can easily be much cheaper. Starting a food truck can therefore quickly become a profitable business. In some cases, an investment of less than $100,000 can result in an average food truck revenue of $250,000 or even $500,000. So if you're a foodie and an entrepreneur ready to try out something unique, you've landed in the right spot. This blog will cover the nuts and bolts about starting a food truck business, from startup costs to the proper permits and licenses to how to market your business. So let's start with a basic checklist. It takes more than just buying a truck equipped with a kitchen to start a food truck business. A successful food truck business requires planning and a good understanding of some essential steps. First, determine your target market and competitors. Understanding the target audience for food truck businesses is the key to developing a business or marketing plan. Middle-class millennials represent most of the target market for the billion-dollar food truck industry. In fact, nearly half of monthly food truck spending is generated by people between 25 and 44. Learn about your target market to find out what they like and don't like, and in what ways you can reach them. In addition to knowing what your target audience wants to eat, you should also look into what the competition looks like by researching other food trucks in your area. Make sure there aren't too many food trucks operating in your local area, and even if there are only a few, try to avoid offering the same menus to your customers. Next, come up with a business plan. Many entrepreneurs are inclined to put the business plan on the back burner, a tempting but ultimately ill-advised move. Knowing how to start a food truck business first comes down to writing down your main goals and objectives and the strategies you plan to use to make the business profitable. Your business plan should cover elements such as an executive summary, business description, market analysis, organization and management, line of services or products, marketing, and sales strategies. Third, figure out your startup costs and how you'll get funding. Opening a food truck business can cost around $40,000 to up to $200,000, depending on your location, the cooking equipment you need, and the type of truck you purchase. Again, that's a rough range. Startup costs also include paying for permits and licenses, investing in an appropriate point of sale or POS system, and legal consultations. Additionally, you'll need to consider ongoing expenditures that you may incur, such as payroll, business insurance, and advertising costs. Getting financing for your food truck business is one of the most crucial steps. Your business plan is down the drain if you don't have the funds to cover the expenses and other startup costs. So you need to make sure you have some personal funds before you jump in or use funding sources such as the Small Business Administration. For example, the SBA's 7A loans program is ideal for small and medium-sized businesses. You can apply and receive a loan that will give you a significant boost in your early stages. Another option for financing your food truck business is to leverage your business credit cards. If you can pay off your debts, a business credit card can help you find some additional startup money. Fourth, get all necessary permits and licenses. Opening a food truck business is contingent upon having specific permits or licenses required by the city, county, or state in which your business is located. You need at least 3 categories of licenses and permits: general business licenses, food service licenses, and vehicle licenses. Each state has its own laws and regulations, so make sure you're familiar with the business laws in your state to avoid legal delays or legal issues down the road. Depending on the state in which you operate, most food truck licenses and permits cost between $100 and $500. Check your county clerk's website or the U.S. Small Business Administration's website for more information on the application process for a license or permit to operate. Fifth, create your menu. It may sound like a trivial part of your food truck business, but your menu will, of course, have a significant impact on the success of your truck. Offer interesting food creations that are unique to your target market. Serving food that can easily be purchased elsewhere doesn't give you any competitive advantage. Keep it unique and delicious. Creating a food truck menu is more than just scribbling your specialties on a blackboard. Put in the time to plan, organize, and design your food truck to appeal to your target audience. Also, make sure your food can be prepped ahead of time or cooked quickly, since your customers will likely expect the food promptly. Sixth, choose the right location. Your business location is really the be-all and end-all of your food truck business. A wrong choice of business location means low foot traffic to your truck. Low foot traffic will lead to few customers, resulting in shutting down your business. That's why it's recommended to park in areas with high foot traffic. Some of the best locations for food truck businesses include food truck parks, street parks, farmers markets, business districts, outside of bars, college campuses, festivals, events, or sports venues. You should also be aware of your city or state's rules and regulations regarding the location of mobile food vendors. For example, in the state of New York, it's required that your vehicle must have a current registration with the DMV. You must also install your unit at least 10 feet from a crosswalk, driveway, or subway entrance or exit. Each region has its own requirements. Find out what yours are. 7th, choose the right point of sale technology. A great POS system ensures smooth and secure transactions for your customers. It also allows you to keep track of your inventory to avoid dead stock or a surplus of ingredients or other products that can spoil or take up valuable space. To prepare for peak hours, you want your payment processor to take customer payments quickly so you can maximize sales. It's advisable to choose a point of sale system capable of integrating the payment processor of your choice and whose rates are affordable for your business. Most food truck owners resort to POS systems with technology that can facilitate reporting and operations. KORONA POS offers inventory management and reporting features to help you manage and grow your business. Moreover, it allows you to choose the payment processor of your choice and provides customer support available to back you up in case of any technical problems. We should also dive for a minute into the licenses permits a bit more, since they're more complicated for food trucks. Licenses and permits for starting a food truck business vary from one state to another. However, as I mentioned earlier, no matter which state you're in, you'll need to at least have 3 different types of licenses and permits: general business licenses, food service licenses, and vehicle licenses. First, let's go over some of the more common general licenses. The most common is the wholesale license. Also known as a reseller's license, a wholesale license is a license that allows you to purchase goods or products in bulk from your suppliers at discounted prices that you will resell without paying additional tax. You also need a sales tax license. This license enables you to report your business to your state's sales tax authority. Any sales from your food truck are subject to state and local sales taxes, and you'll need to register with your state to accurately record your sales tax payments. If you have employees, you'll need an employee identification number too. The EIN is a number issued by the IRS that serves to identify your business for tax purposes. The EIN will be required when you register your business or apply for a loan from a bank or other financial institution as well. Finally, if you run your food truck as a sole proprietorship or plan to operate it under a different business structure than an LLC you have registered with the state, you will need a doing business as, or DBA. Okay, next are the food service licenses. Food service licenses are generally issued by the state or county health department. You'll need different licenses to cover your truck, your kitchen, yourself, and sometimes your staff. Food service permits and licenses mostly require you to take a food safety test or have your facility pass a food safety inspection. Your health permit is the most important. The health permit allows the sale of food and beverages cooked or served to the public, which needs to be regulated for public safety. Health permits are typically under the purview of a county health department. Regulations governing the requirements for these types of food businesses that need a health permit differ considerably from state to state. Depending on the size of your business, the cost of obtaining such a permit can run from a few $100s to nearly $1,000. There's also the mobile food facility permit. This permit is issued in some areas by the local parks department rather than the health department, although it still has a food safety aspect. Many cities offer lower rates for food carts, kiosks, small trucks, and trucks that serve only pre-packaged food and non-perishable beverages. Prices here generally range from $300 to $500. Also look at a food safety manager certification. This certification assures the restaurant and retail industry that a manager has the knowledge, skills, and abilities to supervise the safe storage, preparation, and serving of food in the workplace. Your food truck manager will need to take a food safety class and pass a food safety test to get one. Employees may well need food handler certificates as well. Food handler cards are required in certain states for any employee who touches, prepares, or serves food. Generally, food handlers are expected to undergo brief food safety training and examine food safety topics to obtain their card. Some states, like California, mandate that all food service employees have their own food handling license. You may need a commercial kitchen lease contract. A lease with a licensed commercial kitchen is a prerequisite for obtaining your truck's food service permits for most locations. In some cases, health inspectors may require an affidavit signed by the kitchen owner certifying that you are a tenant in good standing. Prices differ depending on the terms of your lease. And now briefly to the vehicle licenses. You will need to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles to obtain commercial license plates for your truck. Some states require a commercial's driver's license if your truck exceeds certain length and weight limits. However, some states do not allow vehicles requiring a CDL to be used as a food truck. You may also need to obtain a parking permit for your truck. Unlike a regular vehicle, a food truck can't park anywhere. Each town has different regulations that limit parking. In addition, neighborhood associations and local health departments may also require you to comply with your own guidelines. Check with your county clerk for a list of areas where parking is banned or for which a permit is required. Contact your local motor vehicle department for lesser known parking restrictions and include overnight vehicle parking in your commercial kitchen contract. Next, think about where to buy a food truck. There are several options available to you for purchasing your food truck. If you consider buying a second-hand truck, you can approach an individual seller on eBay or Craigslist or through an online directory site. By purchasing a used truck, you can usually get a fully equipped truck for around $50,000. However, you will need to repaint the exterior and possibly renovate the truck's interior to fit your business. It's crucial to invest in the best quality truck you can afford. By investing in a quality food truck up front, you minimize the risk of running into repair costs down the road. You should try to find a local food truck builder so that you can easily reassure yourself that all your specifications are met. Make sure your truck is equipped with equipment that meets basic standards like refrigerators and ovens that work properly. Fire extinguishers and first aid supplies are available on board. Professional installation of essential equipment, proper storage of food, and that hot and cold water are available with appropriate pressure. Speaking of equipment, there are some basic pieces that most food trucks will need. You probably have to buy your small equipment such as a food processor, baking sheets, and Cambro containers to preserve your prepared food and transport it into your truck. Ensure your commercial kitchen rental agreement includes secure storage space so you don't have to lug your food processor every day. You can find most small equipment at a local restaurant or kitchen supply store. The very popular Sur La Table kitchen chain even discounts cooking professionals by 10%. However, you can also find these items at large distributors like Cisco. I'd be remiss to not mention a bit more on POS software too. Recent studies have reported that 80% of consumers have used contactless payment methods in the past year, and up to 70% of millennials use smartphone payments. Using a cloud-based mobile POS system is the easiest way to accept card and digital payments. But a POS system is more than just payments. A good food truck POS system will monitor your supply levels, alert you when your inventory is low, help you count inventory, and keep track of every cash transaction. Modern POS systems also feature tools that allow you to store customer contact information for targeted marketing campaigns, manage social media accounts, and stay on top of internet reviews. Corona POS is a cloud-based POS system specifically built for retail businesses and quick service businesses like food trucks. In addition to being ideally suited for food truck businesses, Corona POS offers leasing options for businesses that want to finance their POS hardware through a lease. You can find a link in the description to schedule a product demo with us. And finally, marketing. There are several ways to market your food truck business. Social media marketing is absolutely essential for food trucks. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok are great ways to connect with your local community and help potential customers find your business. Plus, Instagram is the perfect place to show off photos of your tasty dishes. As for TikTok, this platform will allow you to post videos of some of the dishes you prepare to better showcase your skills. For maximum impact, post regularly and be sure to use all the local hashtags to help your business get discovered. Also, don't forget to include your location and hours so customers can easily find you, especially since these often change for food trucks. If you accept online or phone orders, include this information in your social media bio as well. You can also join a street vending advocacy group. There are such groups in many cities where the food truck community is thriving. By joining one, you'll be in contact with other like-minded business owners who can help you solve problems and send customers your way if their truck isn't available for an event. The additional benefit of joining an advocacy group is, of course, advocacy. These groups work together to encourage local regulations favorable to food trucks, which can only spur business for everyone. The National Food Truck Association is a great starting point. Finally, participate in local festivals and events. Festivals are a perfect opportunity to find customers and get information from other food truck owners and learn from them. Many cities organize outdoor events in the spring and summer, from fairs to farmers markets. These events are an excellent way to promote your business and make more sales. There are also many festivals dedicated to food trucks. Try to register for as many events as possible. You'll have a captive audience to market your business to, and you're almost guaranteed to make sales. If you attend several events, fairs, or festivals, build a calendar of events to hand out to customers so they know where to find you next time. To learn more about starting a new business, check out our many other videos on the matter. We have helpful guides on getting started and more in-depth niche guides on improving your business once it's up and running. Subscribe to our blog and channel to get regular updates and reach out to us if you're ready to find the right POS system. Thanks for watching this outrageously long video. And honestly, if you made it this far, we'll just give you a free POS.